A huge decision came down today from the highest court in Massachusetts. The Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court decided the matter of Souza versus Registrar of Motor Vehicles. And in the world of DUI defense, this case is going to have wide impact, possibly affecting thousands of drivers in Massachusetts. What the court decided under Melanie's law, when that law passed several years ago, the penalties for what is referred to as a chemical test refusal. You get arrested, they bring you to the police station, and if you refuse the breath test at the time of your arrest, separate and apart from what happens to you later at court for the OUI charge, administratively the registry suspends your license at the time of the arrest if you refuse a chemical test, a breath test. The Souza decision had to do with whether you had a prior offense or 2 prior offenses or even 3 prior offenses, because if you do, the penalties for a chem test refusal can go from 180 days if you refuse with no prior record, 3 years for a chemical test refusal if you have 1 prior conviction any time in your life, 5 years if you have 2 prior convictions at any time in your life, and then lifetime if you have 3 prior convictions at any time during your life. What was decided today is that the standard first offense disposition upon a plea in Massachusetts, which is referred to as a continuance without a finding. I would say at least 90% of people who plead out a first offense have their matter continued without a finding of guilt. They're placed on probation and an alcohol program, but they avoid a criminal conviction. The Supreme Judicial Court decided today that that type of disposition is not a conviction. It's not a prerequisite conviction to trigger a 3-year chem test refusal or a 5-year chem test refusal or even possibly a lifetime. So if you have a friend or a family member who's got a long suspension as a result of a chemical test refusal and they've got prior offenses, this is a decision that you have to look at. You've got to contact a lawyer who's been involved in this litigation as I have.